border is so porous. Please, we have a lot of unofficial crossing points, especially along the Liberia-Guinea border. Please make sure that those borders are properly manned, so that was where the rebels entered, as I said, Bomaru checkpoint, Bomaru crossing point. So please, Mr. Minister, I want to admonish you, please make sure those border points are properly manned, and the checkpoints, even within this country, be properly manned by our security personnel. Thank you, and I wish all of you well, success in your new appointment. May God bless you all.
I thank the Honorable Paramount Chief and all those who have spoken before him for that proposition. Now let me turn to my right. Because I frankly don't know where to start. Yes, energy.
Thank you very much.
Let me add your concerns and fears. There is not a chance in the world, not a chance in hell that I will complete all of it. Not a chance in the world. So please, begin to negotiate with each other.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. But Mr. Speaker, I wonder why you are giving me a new name. You started calling me Energy. Is that a name now? Is that a name you have ordained?
Mr. Speaker, I wonder why the Honorable Member is having a mic when he knows his name is not Mr. Energy. Why you stand there? See that if you know your name is not Mr. Energy.
No, I'm addressing Mr. Speaker. Mr.
That's what I'm saying. So you can
Let him rest.
1 minute of your time.
All right. You want to distract me. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Today is a very fine day, wonderful day. We have heard from other speakers, they have admonished their appointees. But one major thing I want to say here, I'm not going to take them one after the other. Mr. Speaker, in the 5th Parliament, when I was pronounced the chairman of Energy Committee, some people thought I was not going to do my job diligently because the Minister of Energy is my mentor. They thought I was not going to do it better. But Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to assure you, in the 5th Parliament, there was no committee more effective than the Energy Committee. There was no committee that summoned the minister and the sectorial head to Parliament, one such one which you witness and the leader of government business on daily basis. That tells you favoritism does not work at all. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, and the report read just now by the leader of government business, as he read, somebody made mention, a colleague raised a concern. 16% to 35% energy access. And over 100 communities have been electrified. Say, why not look SO2? We don't know over 100 communities. I say yes. He said, are you sure? I say yes. That honorable members, I'm not going to mention your name, but I want to give you small statistics here to you, so your fears will be allayed. If you are asked by your constituents, you will tell them exactly. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in the 5th Parliament, in the Energy Committee, we have what we call Work Package 1, WP1, 54 communities were electrified. WP2, Work Package 2, 40 communities were electrified. And the CLSG, Rural Electrification, 29 communities. When you put all those together, we are far above 100 communities. I'm thinking of the 7 districts headquarter towns electrification. 4 of them have been electrified. That figure, the number is very close to 130. So that honorable member, that is a statistics you see for any other day. I'll give you a thorough breakdown. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to assure this House, and I want to thank this House, with the leader of government business and the leadership of this Parliament, for making me the committee chairman. I enjoy working with the Ministry of Energy, with the team, the committee enjoy working with the Ministry of Energy in the 5th Parliament. For obvious reasons. We want to create the indulgence of other ministers, Mr. Speaker. In this world, you know very well, as you have just pronounced me as Energy.
No. You need another area so that you will diversify.
Mr. Speaker, you know I am versatile. Anywhere you send me, I will excel. The only thing I would also want to acknowledge the minister to operate an open door policy like the Minister of Energy and Highway can just say. So the committee will be well grounded on that sector. That is more the reason at any time, even if you have any committee member from his number or her number, you ask that individual to tell you about the energy thing in Sierra Leone, they will be at liberty to tell you from A to Z, Mr. Speaker. But we'll leave that when we come to presidential address. So I guess all the achievements will be embedded in the presidential address, then I will opine on that more. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I just want to come a little to the finance minister. We heard from our seniors. This is one of the humble ministers we have had. We had in the fifth parliament. We have not treated in this house. We love him, Mr. Speaker. There's no way we are going to keep that aside. We want other ministers to elevate those styles so that too will be loved by this honorable house. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it has a challenge. We have a challenge economy. The president is the head of this country. The Minister of Finance is the heart of the country. It is the heart that pumps blood into all parts of the body. So it is the Minister of Finance that will be giving Minister of Energy money, Minister of Education, and all the ministries. So
and Parliament.
And Parliament. Even though we have the right to fix our own thing with consultation with him. So we want to thank him so much. We have got a very challenging economy. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, even the biggest economy, America. The biggest economy, America, with a GDP of $26,854 million, has a challenging economy. Has a challenging economy, Mr. Speaker. So what of Sierra Leone, a third world country? But we want to encourage all sectorial heads, all ministry departments and agencies to work closely with the Minister of Finance so his job will not be very difficult for him. And I also want to send felicitation to the Internal Affairs Minister just now for obvious reason. The Paramount Chief made mention of that.
On that note,
Mr. Speaker, I will not disobey you for obvious reasons. Because maybe you want to give me an automatic transfer. Maybe if I obey you, that's an automatic transfer. On that note, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to have a bite on this very important debate. And I wait for the presidential address where you give me more than 20 minutes to really explain the details. Thank you very much.
And thank you for your contribution, which you've made on behalf of both districts. Now, Ibao, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this is a very important day, and if one were to ask, I will ask the nominees whether they are nervous. One expects them to be nervous because when nominated by His Excellency the President and asked to appear before us, it's like the story of a little bird being in the hand of an elderly person. If we let you loose, you fly. If we squeeze you, you die. But we here, we do our job. And when we're doing this job, we do our job and admonish you that among 7 million people, you've been very lucky to be chosen to serve. Every Sierra Leonean, I will tell you, wants to be a minister. Every Sierra Leonean really wants to be a minister. For me, I take the job of being a minister very serious because you're asked to serve. You are like a public servant or a civil servant. And when you're serving, you have to ensure that you have an open door policy, just so that the people that you're serving always get through to you to tell you what they desire of you in that particular ministry. I know time limit is really, really short, so I will really take my time to talk about one very important patriot amongst you, that is Mr. Timothy Kaba. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it is often said that when you are humble and you really serve God, He always identifies you and elevates you. Mr. Timothy Kaba, I got to meet shortly before the 2018 elections, and he actually impacted my life. But one thing that actually touched me very much about him is the fact that after being convinced that this young man is somebody that is highly or heavily educated, one day I crossed his path again as my student. Mr. Timothy Kaba, who I think is an expert in oil and gas, happened to find himself in a law class, yearning to be a. And this young man was able to touch me and made me believe that no matter which discipline you come from, if you concentrate on whatever you want to be, you can always meander your way and you will turn out to be the best of the best. In my class, I am proud to say, during the first and second semester of his studentship, he turned out to be the best student in the subject that I was lecturing. And I have no doubt that now that he has been given a new mandate, a new ministry, a new portfolio, him being a multilingualist, he is going to discharge that portfolio with laurels. Being the Minister of Foreign Affairs is not an easy job. You will see the attrition level. In 5 years, we had 3 ministers of foreign affairs. 3. We hope that this time round, and normally we don't get that type of attrition level for nothing. It's for good reason. It's because the ministry is challenged. Now that you've been sent there, you're a young minister, you have a wealth of experience from other ministries, I am convinced that you will be able to maintain that portfolio, and it is my wish that you maintain it for 5 good years. The deputy leader said, you've been sent to represent us, to represent Sierra Leone, and to represent the political party also that has won this election and has given His Excellency the President the mandate to choose you to serve. When you do Sierra Leone proud, you've done us proud. When you make Sierra Leone proud, you've created an avenue for the Sierra Leone People's Party to continue retaining power. If you ask me what is your wish, I want the Sierra Leone People's Party to continue retaining power for the next 45 years, because I know that is good for this country. And if so, we please beseech you that you deliver your mandate with excellence. We'll be calling on you. Like the deputy leader said, we don't go to you because we want to go and be medicants for our personal use. We go there to be medicants for our constituents. Because in the area that I really come from, honestly speaking, the people look at me as the chief minister, the minister of health, the minister of finance, the minister of economic development, and everything. So if we don't go to you to actually tell you what they need, what they say, we are the boss by the wayside that gets to hear what they say when they are going to their farm. You wouldn't get to know their needs. And you are the ones with the constitutional power to actually deliver those things that they want. So we actually beseech you that when you go there, please hearken to us, hearken to other people that will be coming to you to actually let you get to know what their problems are. Like somebody said, yes, here in this parliament, we passed the gender bill. Today amongst you, if we have, let's say, 10 appointees, we have at least 4 female minister designate. I have no doubt that you ladies are going to deliver. Mr. Speaker, please permit me to zoom on the minister designate, Madam Duba. I have no doubt that when you go there, you will deliver. You have proven yourself in this world, not once, not twice, not thrice. Anytime you had the opportunity to present bills here, you performed with excellence. And we say, anybody that stands before us in this world and actually delivers with that level of excellence, honestly speaking, you will deliver in your office. To the Minister of Health, you had done it, and we believe you will do it again. We have health challenges all over. Any member of parliament you ask here, if he goes to his constituency, the people say, we want hospital.
On that note,
we visit all of you, for those of you that do not know Abdullah, I met you during the 2018 election, you're a man of excellence. I believe that you will definitely do us proud as a young man. Thank you, Mr.
Let me switch to Colonel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity of speaking on behalf of these fine gentlemen and fine ladies. Mr. Speaker, in concurrence with Section 61 of the 1991 Constitution, with your leave, which did say the President has the power to create offices as well as to terminate. I want to thank His Excellency the President for looking at these fine gentlemen and beautiful ladies for this great opportunity. You might not be luckiest as Providence will fall today. You've been designated for this position. And I have no inkling of doubt that you are going to perform to the expectation of Sierra Leoneans. His Excellency the President has set the stage in the 5 big chambers, and you want to Pillar 4 to be specific. Look at Pillar 4 in the 5 big chambers. It is a dream of His Excellency to bring professionalism in the public sector. Professionalism in the public sector. You will face the peers. I want to see, as well as many Sierra Leoneans want to see, public servants competing with staff in the INGO and NGOs. They work with time, responsible people, with magic cluster. For results, that's the dream of His Excellency. Take note of Pillar 4. That is very, very important. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, if I actually attempt to elucidate on the resume of all of them, it will be very, very difficult. And therefore, along the line, some of you have to forgive me if I breach your protocol. You really, really have to forgive me. One thing I am convinced of, and I'm inclined to believe, you are all eminently qualified. With the thorough scrutiny that you went through, and the bold surgery that you went through in the hands of the Committee on Appointments, we are actually impressed by the responses we got from these fine nominees. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, at a time the world is challenged with emerging geopolitical tensions, His Excellency the President has seen good in a man called Timothy Musa Kaba, who is multilingually fitted. He speaks the Russian language frankly. He speaks the French frankly. The English language frankly. Mr. Speaker, this is the time His Excellency the President. I'm specifically picking on it because just a few months ago, myself and him were working very closely as the actual Minister of Mines and Minerals Resources in this country. That is the time the President has picked this man. The changes he made as legacies in the mineral sector are still glaring. First in history, mining communities are enjoying 1%. Before this time it was 0.001. First in history, Sierra Leoneans are getting 10% free carriage. First in history, mining district, even though typically primary host communities will not be benefit from mining, but will benefit 3% of our royalties. You can imagine, first in history, they made password for women and children living in mining communities. Mr. Speaker, this man is negotiation skill and there. The rail and ports at Prepare Protocol would have been stripped into the hands of unpatriotic Sierra Leoneans. He negotiated that. If I tell you what the present government gets as royalty, you're surprised. The actual government of EBK. Authoritatively from the audit reports, those monies are not accounted for. Today, he has made gains So I have no inkling of doubt that he will do us well. By the time he takes the stage of foreign minister with his multilingual skills. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I will put my zoom to the Minister of Finance. 6 years ago, the government of Sierra Leone will loan from private banks to pay salaries. The policy of this man, his skills in managing our resources. Today, even before the 30th, at the click of a button, MPs know the language. That is the man, the judiciously manage our economy with proper policies. Many people are claiming him to be carrying as citizens, but I will tell you also, his childhood, he got it, his childhood education and growth from Corona Street. Proud ISS students, Young Secondary School. That is the man. Mr. Speaker, honorable members.
On that note.
Not on that note, I'm already started, Mr. Speaker. I'm already started, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the energy minister was also commending highly. 1969 to 72, the people of Kono were deprived from 24 hours light. A project that supposed to have been Bikombo was diverted to Bangura. Even though the naturalness of Bikombo was so rich, it was diverted. This man, energy minister, the people of Kono are today enjoying 24 hours light. And the project are going on that. Tell the man, we thank you so dearly, energy minister. Mr. Speaker, members, the Minister of Gender, I beg your pardon, the Minister of Social Welfare, in the absence of our boss, she piloted the Local Government Act, and that's the whole legacy, with ease and strength in civic society interaction. Many gains today, mayors are running, we are running mates. That's our legacy. Today, the hula battle that used to be between paramount chiefs and councils, she has separated. With huge percentage, one having, another having. That woman, she's now having a portfolio of social welfare. Go and make us proud of Omusu. Mr. Duba is also another fine character. One of the challenges that she will face happened to be an erstwhile member of the European Parliament who debates. The last time I checked, it is 11%. That the marine resources gives you alone in our GDP. We'll debate, we'll push. At the end of our debate, they'll say, Sianomians, you're not qualified.
Well done.
They have all this.
Well done.
Because of packaging and processing.
The last
packaging and processing. Mr. Speaker.
You've exceeded your time limit.
Mr. Speaker, it will be very unfair if I fail to use a text, commonly called text, emphasis, around Koroman also, from Shopper Secondary School. That's the man. His skills in bringing loan of money for the councils under the DSDP project, I want to believe that he go along with that same skill to make trade easy. Mr. Speaker, you want me to be arrested? My supervisor is here. The minister designates water resources. Strong woman, gallant woman. She will not only push the solar power borehole for rural communities, but Korea is looking for $20 million for us to have water. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude or summarize the Vitaluba. Many years ago, in 1992, a Boy Scout by then, I yearned to join the military. That's the man. The people of Oama and the people of Sandal will continue to clap for him. Lieutenant Taluba on the Secretariat of Congo Street. Discipline man. I came for the military job. Young teenager. Age 12, 13. He said, what are you here? After I got to my head shaved, prepared to join the military. With a slap, so go home, you're too small. That's the man, Taluba. He said, you're too young. Go to school. They are not fit for military job. Today is manning this office. Mr. Speaker, I will summarize. I know I don't want to disturb you.
Summarize again.
Go with this message. Go with this message that tomorrow we'll be interviewing your deputies. Work with them. Show them the 3L in leadership. That they will look at you. They will listen from you and they will learn from you. 3L. That's the message. Work with the deputies so that we have socio-economic productivity in this nation. Mr. Speaker, as I summarize, go also and read from Raphael. Sarah Fabermasin is an American essayist and politician. He did say nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. It's a bisyllabic word. Enthusiasm with God, enthused with God, and enthusiasm with oneself. With God on your side, you will definitely deliver on the agenda of Islamala. Thank you very much.
I'm going to this debate, starting with the Deputy Whip, followed by Ujam. Let me ponder over the last. To all of you,
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I must say thanks to His Excellency for giving us these fine gentlemen and women, energetic, hardworking, experienced people. And I must say thanks, special thanks to this House, and especially to Mr. Speaker, for passing the GV bill. I know if someone has done a good job, you continue to say thanks, thanks, thanks forever. And I will not get tired to say thanks to this House for passing the GV bill. This is the reason why we are seeing so many women here and so many women again in Parliament. And we are hearing what the women are saying, the new women who are here. People we are saying, we are the women. Here are the women, and they are there to do a great thing. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this is just to go over and over because we will keep on saying the same thing because we know some of these people, and especially in I was part of the committee, and we heard from them, and some of these people we have met, we have worked, and we have seen their handiworks, especially these old hands, like the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Health, the Minister of Energy, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Social Welfare, on and on and on. They are all old hands. All what I will say to them is, keep it up, and that is why you have been brought back, and do more so that you can work in the interest of His Excellency and try to pursue or push our manifesto. And even do more, because that is what we are expecting of you. But in terms of proving yourself, the whole world or the whole Sierra Leone have seen what you've been doing. And I want to say, I want to zoom out a minister that I have got a message from my district where I come from, Moyamba district, where we've been in dark ages for 40 years. The time that I was a scholar, 30 years without light. And now, we are now proud of having light. They have sent me to say congratulations to you, Mr. Minister, and we want you to fast track because the president has already lit the generator, and there are some amount of paperwork to be done. So my people in the district have asked me to congratulate you immensely and to say thank you and to fast track so that we'll be enjoying from the national cake. And to my women, I have no doubt. And this is what we want to see, more women, better politics. Here you are today. You have proven yourself, and that is why you've been called again, and other new ones are coming. You lead. Other women are there. They will follow. But the message I want to leave with you is, you the ministers, because we'll be getting so many complaints for the deputies. Don't get them redundant. Give them job. Give them assignment. Show them that they are part of you. Because some of the deputies, we are redundant. They'll be seated there only to say, Okay, go and represent media or go and give them assignment, because tomorrow they will take after you. Because for the Minister of Finance, you have done it. You are the friend of Parliament. Will you come to other ministers? And we've been seeing sometimes when we take our bags or say oversight, as they see us, they say SO2, they don't come back. Not knowing that we are going to check. And let me tell you, the appointment committee, we follow, and we are part of the committees that will be going on oversight. We'll be going to prove that what you have told us in that way is in committee room 1 is correct.
Thank you for that warning, and on that note.
On that note, I just want to talk about security a little bit. Mr. Minister, please, porous borders. We want security. We want peace in this country. And our song, I'll just recite it. Women now, all over the world, all around the world, women are longing to be free. No longer in the shadows, forced to stay behind, but side by side in true equality. Because we want peace and tranquility in this country. Thank you very much, and make sure you control the borders and see that no intruders penetrate in this country. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You said I will talk after her.
I did say so, and at that time I had not seen you wanting to catch my eye. So for you it's an afterthought, surely.
I'm not a member of the Apollo Committee.
I'll recognize you after, because you rose too late.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, by this time yesterday I was in Accra. It was my prayer to be here this morning to tell this House about one of the appointees. Mr. Speaker, that appointee is the proposed Minister of Trade. He's not my friend, he's my brother. We grew up together, lying on the same bed, in one of the best schools in this country, Mr. Speaker.
Don't name it, I know.
I want to be modest, I would say one of the best schools. I want to be immodest, I would say the best school in this country, Mr. Speaker. That person is Mr. Sise, the proposed Minister of Trade and Industry. I'm happy that Mr. President has made a good choice. I know Mr. Sise very well. I know he'll be a very good minister. Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate the old ministers like Honorable Kanja Sise, my chairman, my SFP chairman, regional chairman. Mr. Speaker, when we are young, growing up in Bo, when there was light, it was a surprise. But now when there is blackout, it's a surprise. We only had light when we had a presidential visit. Now light, electricity is commonplace. He has done very well, and I know he will do more. Mr. Speaker is seated by the Minister of Finance, and they have survived, and they must be very strong. I will urge you to share your experiences with the new ministers. Then I want to say this. People say the government has given 30% to women. That is an understatement, Mr. Speaker. It is minimum 30%. It means it can be up to 70%. I remember when we made the landlords, we said 30%, at least the minimum of 30% for each gender. It means the men should have at least 30% and the women can have as much as 70%. So to say the government has given 30% is wrong. The government has given a minimum of 30%. Meaning it can be even up to 70. So that's the correction. So I want to urge the women, and this is the first time in history that we have had so many women in cabinet and even in parliament. So the president, our president is a talk and do person, and I know he's going to do more for our women. Mr. Speaker, remember, I first met the proposed Minister of Foreign Affairs in the Sierra Leone Embassy in Guinea. At that time, I had gone there to secure a passport to attend a world conference for human rights defenders.
Passport?
Yes, to secure a passport. Sorry, visa. Thank you. A visa. I was invited by the UN to attend an international conference for human rights defenders, Mr. Speaker. I met him, I was impressed. Mr. Timothy Kaba is a likable person, highly intelligent. So I'm happy that he's amongst this team. Mr. President has made no mistake, Mr. Speaker. And I want to urge the ministers, we have to work together as a team. Sometimes we are embarrassed as MPs when you are asked about certain projects or certain meetings taking place in your district or your constituency and you have no knowledge. So I want to urge the minister, please get us involved. We are stakeholders. When you invite stakeholders and you don't invite the MPs, I begin to wonder who are the stakeholders. Please let us work together. We are always in our constituencies. We can even oversee your project. We can give reports. We can tell you information that will be critical for the proper functioning of your ministries. Mr. Speaker, at this point, I want to urge the ministers. We have to work very hard. The fight for 2028 starts now. We want to win the 2028 elections and more elections after that. We have to make sure we bring change. Now, it is not business as usual. We have had so many appointments. We want people that can bring change. And I think you have the opportunity to do that. You do not have to wait for an excellent condition. Make do with what you have. Thank you very much. I want to congratulate you in advance. And I want to urge this House to approve the nomination of what nominees. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I'll depart from convention and give the floor to the Chief Whip. And after that, it will be the... No, I'll give the floor to Bond.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for saving my marriage. Mr. Speaker, members, precisely on the 18th of April 2018, I stood here and said to the nominees that were nominated at that time that those set of appointees were the game changers for them to win us the 2023 elections. And they did. Mr. Speaker, 5 years on, we are here today again to approve some nominees or nominees of His Excellency the President. Mr. Speaker, the big 5 changers are all sitting here. These are the people that we let us win the 2028 election without runoff, and we keep the APC in permanent opposition. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, there is one finger that wins elections every time we are going to elections in this country, and that is our Honorable Alhaji Kanja Sise. In 2022, Mr. Speaker, late Ahmed Jakaba won the election on no runoff based on NAXA development in this country. And I said to people in Pujon that we win this election, one on electricity. And we campaigned vigorously on electricity, Mr. Speaker, and we won the elections. I think I can call him survivor. He's the only surviving person today in the late Jankaba's government. And I'm sure he will continue to serve this country diligently like he did under President Jankaba. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, besides Alhaji Kanja Sise, our regional chairman, he has helped the southern region to position itself in such a way that we can at any time beat the APC in the south. When we lost when the results were taken away from us in 2007, he was among the few persons that stood up for the LCP in the southern region, and the gold at that time, he was the district chairman. Alhaji Kanja Sise, please make sure you don't relent. Old age is not your portion. Use the energy that you have. You have so much energy, the energy you are giving to us today, the energy you have. Use that energy.
You know my relationship with the minister.
Say again, Mr. Speaker.
You know my relationship with the minister you mentioned.
I do, Mr. Speaker. You are eating in my time.
And he has confided in me that you have no reason to worry.
And Mr. Speaker, I started from that note. That
Mrs. Rogers who continued.
Thank you for saving my marriage. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I have a very handsome father-in-law and a very good father-in-law. I'm delivering. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, one thing Alhaji Kenge has won the hearts of us is that he has a very good loving family. He's a father, he's a very good father, he's a very good father-in-law. And to our finance minister, a very handsome gentleman, a very hardworking gentleman, a game changer. Sometimes around the 28, 29, members will start asking, that's what you go to the alarm, okay? And I will say to them, probably the minister is not in the office. For every time the Minister of Finance is in country, the 28, all MPs will be laughing. I want to say thank you to you for that, and please continue the hard work. Please continue being a friend of Parliament. As soon as you are a friend of Parliament, you will remain Minister of Finance.
And with that,
Mr. Speaker, the day I had the announcement of General Talova being appointed or nominated as Minister of Internal Affairs, I said to myself, I will now go to bed and sleep. Under General Talova, you will have no PPP coming to them and say, want to demonstrate tomorrow. Because they know, when you see Major Talova, his physical appearance will tell you he's a no-nonsense Minister of Internal Affairs. So, Mr. General Talova, I hope you will not disappoint us.
And with that?
With that, I want to say very big thank you to Mr. President for giving us Mr. Sise, and the most wonderful. I presume the Minister of Foreign Affairs will be one of the best Ministers of Foreign Affairs this country will ever produce. Mr. Speaker, let me end up on this note. When I see the faces of those appointees, I see the future of Sweden. When I see the faces of those appointees, I see the direction in which President Leone is taking us. I hope you will not disappoint us. I will not disappoint the President. There is one thing I want you to know, that this House will confirm you, your appointment, but this House also, with the power of the Speaker, have the right to withdraw your nomination for your approval. Please make sure you be friends of us. And let me end up from where my colleague from Pujo ended. We suffered in the past regime. Because we have a situation, Mr. Speaker, where ministers will go into our constituencies, develop programs, projects.
Hold on a minute. Sergeant at Arms, it is not time for music. Please stop it. Yes, go.
We have a situation in the past where we have ministers going to our district or our constituency, implementing projects without us knowing, without us telling us, and we have the authority to do oversight. Please, ministers, I want to urge you or plead with you that whenever you are implementing a project in our district, we are all SFPP MPs here. Please get us involved. Let's appear as if it is the SFP government that are implementing those projects. We have a very ugly situation when to open to commission is it the Imaba Bridge or the bridge to Moyamba, the Imaba Bridge. And you had the EU ambassador say, this is EU project. This project was done by EU. When that project started in the last APC, they never finished it. There was no praise on behalf of this government, the government of President Madabio. So please don't get implementing those projects. This happy as if it is SFPP project. So we take the ownership, we take the honor that it is us SFPP that implement this project, or that's the reason why I respect the Minister of Energy. Every time it's going to commission those machines, we'll make sure that the MPs from that district are present.
On that note,
On that note, I want to say very big thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And the last speaker on my list, and I say to the heavy hearts, I know all of you want to speak. But believe me, I take note of those unable to speak today. No promises made, but I take note. The member from Bonn.
Yes.
You're the last.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, honorable members of Parliament. Thank you to His Excellency for giving us these beautiful women and men sitting before us today. They have spoken so many good things about you. We hope and pray that you implement them. Just take a look at the people sitting at the gallery. They are here supporting you, wearing your t-shirts. Please, appointees. They are supporting you because they want you people to give them space. They want you people to give them jobs because they believe in you. I want you to adjust your CCTV camera in your offices because you will be seeing them going there to ask for jobs, not to beg you. I've been in that situation, that's why I want you people to concentrate on them more. I'm Madam Fatima Kari. I'm Honorable Bintu Fatima Tabokari from all districts. I've been in that situation for 5 good years. I know how frustrating is that. Please, ministers, we are going to approve you today by the grace of God. But please, concentrate on those sitting on the gallery. They are supporting you today. You need them today. Let me come to the Minister Timothy Kabad. You've done so well. Thank you very much. You have done so well in the mining sector, and we have no doubt in you that you will prove it again in the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Thank you so much. I'm not going to say much because they have already spoken good things about you people, but let me just talk to the Minister of Energy and Power. You are the bedrock of the pauper. No doubt about that. And you have done it so well. You have stood by His Excellency throughout the process. We say thank you to you for that. And congratulations if you are approved. Thank you. Sorry? Yes. Of Energy and Power, I think you visited Imperi the last time when the president visited us. I told you and I spoke with you concerning the power gen at Imperi. I want you to please take it into consideration because you have worked so hard for the other districts, and especially one district you have given us a generator in the mainland. So we want you to focus your attention on Imperi so that you can use your office to give us good generators so that we can benefit as well. So the Minister of Mrs. Duba, you are the Minister of Fisheries, and you are coming directly from my district. I have no doubt in your leadership because you have proved it during our campaign. Very spoken person and focus. I want to plead that you focus your attention more on your job, right? Because I could remember one day before our election, I was frustrated. But during the time you came in and you spoke to me, and you solve that problem. Now I am here today as a honorable member of parliament for one reason. Thank you very much for that. And I have no doubt in your leadership.
On that note,
I want to say thank you to President Bio for giving us the Minister of Social Welfare. The dynamic lady, Mrs. Kamiti, I have no doubt in your leadership. Please keep it up. And please, we'll be knocking at your door anytime, any hour. And thank you for all the women that the president has appointed. We have no doubt in your leadership. Thank you very much. May God bless us.
thank the honorable lady from Bonn. We shall now wind up the debate. And we'll start with the honorable before I give him the floor, let me finally take notice of the presence of the Chiefdom Speaker of Nimikoro, Chiefdom Kono District Chief Abdullahi Kumasi. I hope he's there. You are most welcome. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this morning I'm not here for pleasantries. I am here to catalog the problems we are facing in this country and to admonish our new ministers while they go into their offices. But Mr. Speaker and honorable members, let me first of all give you a confession today. When I was called to serve as a member of the committee of appointment, I was told that that committee is a rubber stamp committee. And I believe so. I believe so. Because when you look at the composition of the committee, I am going to be the only voice of the APC there. So, from the outsiders, they said, it's a rubber stamp. So what is over there? Believe me, Mr. Speaker, when we started this process, we sat for over, I think, 10 or 11 hours, close to 12 hours. Like yesterday, we are there till 9 o'clock at night. I saw committee members, proposed ministers. I saw committee members, especially the leader of government business at that committee. He stood down some members who came before us. Some of them for minor documentation, but he stood them down. We held the Minister of Finance for close to 1 hour, not to talk about the Chief Minister, not to talk about the Minister of NIG, Foreign Affairs. So what I want to say, Mr. Speaker, is for people to know that this Parliament had missing the work of this committee. The committee, it is not going to be business as usual at all. It is not going to be. Coming down to the ministers proposed, you know, Mr. Minister of Finance, and trade. In that committee hearing, you are faced with numerous challenges, questions from the committee. The people of this country are facing poverty. Every day and then, they went to bed, woke up, different prices. Different prices. We in this world, as a parliament, we have done our best to pass laws. We kill ministers. We see the Finance Act, they have been amended. We reduce taxes, but yet still, a bag of rice has been sold for over 700,000. So, what that tells you, it speaks on the issue of price control. We know that most of these issues that we are now facing as a country has international connection. It has international connection, like the Ukraine. But some of them, we need to face them, Mr. Minister. We need to face them. Head on. The people are voted for us. We members of parliament. They have voted for the president. They have voted for the SSP government. Now we need to vote for them. We need to vote for them. This is not the time for any party politics anymore. This is not the time for party politics anymore. Because when you go to the market, nobody will ask which party you came from. You face the reality. You face the reality. Mr. Minister, as the leader, we are now, as a country, faced security problems. Day in, day out. Check social media. You have people sitting there telling stories. You have journalists or so-called journalists, people who claim to be journalists, they do stories maligning innocent citizens. That is a security threat, Mr. Minister of Internal Affairs proposed. It's a security threat. We are now faced where the Sierra police has been blamed as the deputy leader of government business highlighted some of these problems. What are you going to do? What are you going to do if we approve you in this way? To sanitize the police force. To give them the face that we all want to see as Leoneans. We know the current Inspector General of Police is doing his best. But the political leadership is what we need now. Hold certain police officers accountable for their actions. Not all of them. You have very good police officers, but a minute are now causing problems. We want to see action be taken in this direction. I am the acting leader. Mr. Speaker and police members of Parliament, the area of foreign affairs, we want to see our country being marketed internationally. So when I saw the name of Timothy Kabal, a young man, probably the youngest minister this country has ever produced as Minister of Finance, and even the sub-region, I have done my research. But my research so far has landed me in that direction, that he is the youngest minister in the sub-region. Foreign minister in the sub-region. So I want you to go there, Mr. Minister proposed. Go there and do your job in the foreign ministry. Look at the staff you have. You have young and beautiful people in this foreign ministry who have been working with that ministry for long. They have been working in that ministry for long. Some of them have not been posted, Mr. Minister. Some of them have not been posted because they are not connected. Those young people are there. Go there. I know you can do it, Mr. Timothy.
Which makes your interest?
I know you can do it. You know, Mr. Energy Minister proposed. You have done laudable things in this industry. No doubt. But I have concern of the tariff being high. You know, make no mistake, Mr. Minister. You, as a Minister of Energy, Mr. Speaker, as a Speaker of the Sierra Leone Parliament, two of you in this government is a blessing for this country and the country. Because when you look at the political tolerance and regional balance, it's created for this government. The way you interact, you cut across parties lines. Keep on the job. But please, you look at the challenge. In a nutshell, colleagues, members of parliament, we have a job to do. And I want to particularly appeal to the Speaker to give me 1 minute to react in your statement concerning the APC party. Concerning my colleagues, I'm going to make this appeal to the APC members of parliament elect. Please, come to parliament, swear in to the oath of office. Do your job as a member of parliament. That is what you are elected for, what you are voting for. I know for sure that we have challenges. We have questions about the elections. But please, let the politicians outside parliament deal with that. Let we, the members of parliament, come to parliament and do our job. So it's my plea. It's my plea to the chief who spoke, the Gambia chief, I think. He talks about that chief over there. Honorable Chief. He spoke about national unity. It is no secret, Mr. Speaker, that the country is deeply divided, particularly this election. It's deeply divided. And I want you to use your good office as Speaker of the House of Parliament. You to champion the peace motion directly. Where we can bring both APC and the government to the table. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much. I thank the honorable member for his contribution.
contribution to the debate. It's now time for the majority leader to have the last word and move the motion for the last time.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, there is not a friendly atmosphere. I want to thank my colleague on the other side of the house for your great speech that you have delivered in the interest of this nation. Sierra Leone, our similarities are far greater than our differences. This nation building is one, and there is a formula that we are going to use to build this nation. It's not by perception or by reality. What is democracy? It's about institutions. It's about the organs that this parliament share the responsibility as a pivotal role in our democracy. So it's simple, my brother. As far as I admire you in the position you have taken, there is self-interest, there is the general interest. Non-civil service, that is the motto of Rami College. Not for self, but for others. And I went to some of these institutions. There's the other one, either the best or nothing. That's what we have on this other side. That is government secondary school training man. And the other one that those guys don't have, you have, manners make it man. It's an injustice, Mr. Speaker, you said it all. I don't want to go over and over. But democracy is also about people, it's about the way you behave. But it's the general good, the good of everybody. So this is the formula we should use. If we want to have a progressive nation, it's going to be, democracy is about people. The definition is all about people, democracy, people, about people. If you think democracy is about people, you should represent your people. It doesn't talk about political parties. It's people. So admire the bravery, the show of force in the political drive as a Democrat. You had once your political party. So we push in that direction. So it's parliament, cum, the executive, cum, the judiciary. If we use this formula, we all work together to a better nation. Even if you have the parliament, cum, the executive working together, it's not complete. It's not. You have to bring the other organ on board. So these three organs, there must be a synergy between them. So we are just doing our best. But Mr. Speaker, we have not done anything wrong. On that day when we were about to take our oath, I asked Mr. Clark, based on constitutional provisions, I asked him questions. I said, read this constitution. I said, for Mr. Speaker, section 83 of the Constitution, they don't need to take oath to vote for Mr. Speaker. They don't need to take oath. And he read the provisions. We are not robbers of parliament. In fact, Mr. Speaker, let me salute you for making this part, for making a deep parliament, very progressive parliament. You can cry us down for our welfare. You can say we have too much salary, but you can praise us for the things we did for a better nation. Now, those are perceptions we have. There is a perception. And I stood the floor. I said I will challenge them. I will continue to do so. And I talk about the welfare. Because the first law of nature is self. And that is democracy. If you think about yourself as a good person, and you will do that, you will take the trajectory for those who serve in those offices to behave and also to take care of them. So on behalf of the nominees, I just want to say thank you very much for your contributions towards the nominees. It's a better day for the committee on appointment and public service. It is only a rubber stamp committee. We lead our nominees. We talk to them. It was the interest of a better nation. Mr. Speaker, I have people who said they are going to rubber stamp the nominees. You go and ask them privately. What happened with the nominees? I am happy you have said it from the other side, that we greet them. Yesterday we were here up to 10 o'clock in the morning, in the night. Yeah. So, a perception about how they feel. We satisfy our conscience and God. When we are at the committee levels, we talk about strolling. It's not a political party. We ask questions that has to do to our people. These nominees, they are qualified on paper. The other qualification has to do with their practical works. How do you relate to your resume with that of the people? How do you relate to Parliament? But Mr. Speaker, let them do a survey. Do survey for first cabinet ministers that have come out from the office of the President.
The list that came out from the office of the president, very clear. Those who interacted extensively with Parliament, most of them are in this executive, in the 6th Parliament. We have done a survey, and they are here. You see the Minister of Finance, you see the Minister of Energy, they are here. They faced us. And I asked a question to the proposed Minister of the Chief Minister. I said, the other question, the Minister was SO19, question to Minister. Yesterday when I was doing my address to the nominees, I said, let us use SO19. Question time, that's the question to the Minister. It's not our imagination to intimidate, to humiliate, or try to embarrass anybody. In fact, it's a great step for us to protect them. That is our job. But we cannot compromise the laws, the regulations of Parliament. So I reminded them, Mr. Speaker, of the provision we have in the standing orders about question time. So I came down to the Chief Minister the first day we started the nomination. And the Chief Minister came about education, the flagship program. And he said, we have questions for your question time. And it turned out to be a press conference for those who don't know much. But it turned out to be an educative movement for those who are in the gallery. But for us, on this other side, we are pleased because he was able to discharge his responsibility as a minister. So when we call for question time, it's for you to come and express yourself to members. Use a platform to send a program to Parliament and beyond. So, Mr. Speaker, it was not a happy moment for the nominees, but I'm happy we did a very good job. Today you are present, we are exonerated us. That indeed we are doing a very good job. And in fact, we tried to talk about corruption. We are here going to read a text, try to see what best we can do about fighting corruption. Well, we cannot allow perception to come set in reality. No. So we talk to you about corruption, and the answer declaration form, we refer some of them to do corrections. And if you don't do correction, I cannot present you to the plenary for any approval. But let me tell you, thereafter, these ladies and gentlemen you are seeing here, Mr. Speaker, they came to the class office to do the corrections. That is how you should behave like a ceremonial. Mr. Speaker, I also reminded them, there is this notion in the 5th Parliament, we experience it and we don't want it to happen. We said this is a new business, a new dawn in the history or the annals of this country. I refer them to section 62 of the 1991 Constitution, Act number 6. You have the minister, you have the supervisory role. You work in tandem with the permanent secretary. You use the Constitution. It's a good norm. There is no way you can allow an MDA, a department under a ministry, try to pose as if that MDA is in charge of the ministry. Come to Parliament and we can solve that problem. What? Constitution, we are an act. It's invaders with the Constitution. The Constitution takes precedence because it's enshrined in the Constitution, section 171, subsection 15. It's very clear. So we also read that one to them. So, Mr. Speaker, we are giving them enough ammunition to take care of their ministries. So to ensure that they are on track, to ensure that they do the business of the day, with fear, without favor, that I fear Lord, you take oath, so discharge your duties. So I salute you all. I know you are going to be approved because the sentiment they have expressed about you today, I'm so happy. But let me do just some quick correction before I take my seat. I listened to you carefully, and you said it all. But sometimes you have to do what we call regional comparative analysis. We're talking about what we are doing in Sierra Leone. We have the cheapest tariff in the sub-region. What is difficult for us, and the minister did say, we are having problems with the gadgets, the equipment for the mini-grids. They are really expensive. So perhaps what the Minister of Finance has to put into context, has to justify the GDP, but also into all of the economic analysis. But what we politicians are interested in is just comparing the figures. The sub-region we are the cheapest. But for many grids, they are challenging because of the equipment. So we'll take note of what you have said. And Mr. Minister, I'm telling you, one of the best ministers who face Parliament. And those who are coming in, make Parliament your friend. Make Parliament your friend. There are going to be oversight responsibilities. And if you are finding it difficult, you can come to me as the majority leader of the This is a place where you have to interact with people. You cannot be a minister and you take the back seat. You don't want to see parliament. We are not going to you for money. We are not going to you to create favor. We are just trying for you to have a connection between parliament and the president. The president is a member of parliament. He is a member of parliament constitutional provision. So if you are coming to us, directly or indirectly, you interact with the president. So come to parliament. Let us do the business of the day. So let me say this for the internal affairs. I don't want to single it out, but it's very serious. The proliferation of drugs is all over this place. It's all over this place. The incoming minister, I said it in my open statement to the minister, as some misconstrued my statement. I said the honeymoon is over. But the days to stabilize President Bio is now. Start to work now. The friendship is over. The day for administration is here. We know you all. We can talk to you like family members. But the nations come first. So what you are going to do? Mr. Minister, you're going to internal affairs. I'm seeing all this one because you have your minister. You have not mentioned the foreign affairs minister. And in the last note of what I read, he said, we hope, and he said, I will not disappoint the young people. I will try to work in the instant with them. So if you are internal affairs minister, come the committee on internal affairs, you don't do your work as oversight responsibility, and you allow the drugs to take over the nation, you are destroying the future of our generation. You are destroying the future of this country. So take it very serious. And let me learn by giving fair notes. I remember President Leone in his last presidential statement talking about empowering women. He said, let me quote him directly, when you empower a woman, you empower the whole nation. So education is what we talk about. So the women are here. We fought to have representation of women in this chamber. We fought to have section 58 of the policy section as to stand. We fought for it. So we know you should compliment us by service delivery. That's what we are asking. We fought for it and we have it. Compliment us by service delivery. So then, if you check part 3 of the Giving Act, not the Gender Act, it's very clear. There are enforcement rules. There are provisions to empower women. It's called women's empowerment. So you in the executive, you are going to the executive. It's up to where they are. Don't disappoint us. We fought in this chamber to have it. We ask for a minimum percent of 30. That's to address the issue of gender parity. That's what we are doing for. And the president has lived to his expectation of the people. It's not a dream, it's a reality. It is happening here. Check the numbers. Check the numbers. Check the parliament. We have beautiful ladies. And I've heard them speak. They're talking about eloquency. They have it. They have expressed themselves the very first time. This is what we're looking for. I was bastardized. I was trusted by my own colleagues that I betrayed them. But I said, I'm doing one job. I'm doing the job of the state. Because there was a district without a woman. Full jail. And if the first of nations, as I said, they are fighting for themselves, political survivor. I worked with them diligently. They served me as leader of government business. Today they are not here. Because you have to accept changes in life. You cannot be a static human being. You expect dynamics to take place in your life. So I say, if you betray because of fighting gender parity, that we want to have this thing done. We want to address the injustice to our women. We want to see it happen. You go to the executive, you in the chamber, show yourself. Do the best thing. Try to see Sierra Leone can take another level. We are not cheap of the cheapest, but we have values that cannot be compromised. We have integration, we have community integration. That is why Sierra Leone is a very beautiful country. I salute you, Parliament chiefs. This is the only unique parliament. You have the opposition parties here, you have the ruling parties. But this is the parliament you have Parliament chiefs. I salute you very well. I have listened to your contribution, what you have said about the nominees. Let them take it to consideration. Section 61 gives the power, 61 of the Constitution gives power to the president to hire and fire. Today you are celebrating. Those in the gallery, we are celebrating them. The ready to press president when they are fired. When they are fired, that's the true nature of life. 61 gives him the power to hire and fire. When they are fired, praising. That is like that democracy. So we are happy that you are all here. We have to continue to do the work of this nation. That is why we believe in our mantra. It's one country, one country. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the floor. May the Lord bless us all. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, be it resolved. I move that the first report of the first session of the 6th Parliament of the Committee on Appointment and Public Service be adopted by the House and the recommendations contained therein be approved.
I thank the leader of government business. Honorable members, the question before the House is that the first report on the first session of the 6th Parliament of the Committee on Appointments and the Public Service be adopted by the House under the recommendations contained therein be approved. All in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. All against say nay. The ayes have it.
Session of the Committee on Appointments and the Public Service has been approved.
Honorable members, having said that, order, please take your seats. Kindly take your seats. We are not done yet. Before I say the last word, let me recognize Paramount Chief Russell of Lower Banda Chiefdom, Mayamba District. I hope he is here with us. You are welcome. Honorable members, it is now my privilege and honor to have the last say and to lend my own voice to the chorus of congratulations right across the world, extended to the first batch of ministers that have come before Parliament to our court. I join the House in congratulating all of you. It's quite clear that you are all eminently qualified to be appointed to your respective ministries. And for that, I personally extend my hearty congratulations and felicitations to all of you. Having said that, let me remind you that your appointment has been based on the assessment of the information that you personally, each one of you, have provided to His Excellency the President about your qualifications, about your status, etc., etc. One thing that you must always bear in mind as you serve in the executive is that you are duty-bound never to compromise the laws of this country. You've been appointed under the laws of Sierra Leone, and you are not above the laws of selection. And it is your duty never to compromise the laws of this country, and above all, the highest law of the land, the Constitution. In the event that you are in any doubt about that, I implore you to come quietly and discuss that matter either with me or with the Speaker or with the Clerk of Parliament. But the law must be obeyed, must be upheld, the Constitution must be defended and upheld by every member of Parliament and by every Minister of the Executive. This is a government under the law, not a government above the law. That's the message I leave with you. That's the message I ask you to go away with and be guided by at all times. You are servants of the people. You serve the people, not the other way around. So you go with our blessings, you go with our commendations. We know you will do well. Members of this House will be knocking on the doors of your community priests to do oversight work, because they are required to do so by the Constitution. And I implore you, I urge you to receive them well, treat with them well, and all will be well, not only for you, for yourself, but for our nation, our beloved Serenity. I wish you well and good luck. Do you have, yes, any announcements? Please do, go ahead.
Members are informed that the processing of diplomatic passports has commenced. Kindly contact the head of the traveling desk or members service team MST unit for further information. Be further reminded that the Clerk of Parliament will sign all documents pertaining to the issuance of diplomatic passports. Also, all female members of Parliament are kindly requested to meet immediately after sittings at the new admin building. Signed, Honorable. New administrative building. Thank you.
With that, honorable members, the House stands adjourned to Thursday, the 27th of July at 10 a.m. prompt.
Gracias.